Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Got the crew here together. First and 10 college football, the Friday kickoff show edition. Salute everybody in the chat. Salute, salute, salute. First off, let me salute my panel here. Sniper, you knew. Salute, salute, salute. Happy Friday to the both of you. Salute, salute, salute.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Hey, Brooklyn, how are you? Thank you for coming through. How's it going? Hey, Sniper. Unmute.
Got on mute, brother.
What's going on, fam? What it is? It's your boy Sniper, aka Brown Omicron Wolf. What's going on? We got a show for you today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Last Saturday, boy, it was a blockbuster game. We're gonna start off UGA Bama, great game. First off, tonight we have a very important matchup in the Mountain West ACC matchup. Syracuse traveling to Vegas, Sin City, to take on those UNLV running Rebels. And man, that campus of UNLV have not been buzzing like this since 1991, when Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, Greg Anthony, George Ackles, man, when they were running the show back then, the Running Rebels, the basketball, they were going for a back-to-back national championships, and they were undefeated. Man, they took over college basketball. Now, this right here, Sniper, would be the most important football game in school history. They're going to be at the Dome in Vegas, Alliance Stadium in Vegas, and it is that place is going to be rocking. How do you feel about UNLV? Because they have 3 gauntlets now. This is one of them. Then they have Oregon State. Then they have Boise State. How do you feel about UNLV? Because it's looking more and more like they could be the ones in that 12th spot in the playoffs.
Yeah. As of right now, they're 4-0. UNLV, hey, they taking care of business out there in the Mountain West division. I think that if I look at these, this is the last ranked team they're going to see. This Syracuse not ranked. I think if they handle business,
Boise State is ranked. Boise State is ranked.
Yeah, that's later on down the line.
Yeah.
They Boise State's not till October 25th. But I think if they go undefeated, they're gonna make people look at them. And they're gonna have to really be what's the word? I'm like, convincing that they can handle making it out the first round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they don't show that they can go undefeated and still not make it in, because they only play one ranked team this year, and we don't know how Boise State's what they're gonna rank. What they're going to be ranked by October 25th.
Mm-hmm.
But they do got it. They got a nice little schedule. They got it. They got to do. I mean, Utah State's not no joke neither.
Mm-mm.
So I mean, they got it. First and foremost, they got to handle the game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they got. They got to handle the game tonight. If they don't handle the game tonight, then we won't be talking about them too much longer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we got another matchup. We have Michigan State traveling to Ogden Stadium to play Oregon. Now, we can remember we had that matchup, and it was epic. Remember that epic matchup they had in 2015 when Michigan State traveled to Oregon and played Oregon. That I mean, they went back and forth, toe to toe. That was a game, an epic game. I hope we can have something similar to what we had in 2015. Marcus Mariota played a hell of a game that day, led Oregon to a comeback win over Michigan State. How do you feel about that game? We're gonna find out something about Oregon because they listen, man. They've been living on the edge. Salute to your Brooklyn hood. They've been they've been living on the edge, man. So far this year, man. So tonight, if they're not careful, they could definitely be exposed.
Oh, most definitely. And also, you got to also remember that Michigan State plays spoiler a lot. They not
Yeah.
they might not be they once or twice they came close to making it to the playoffs, but they
Mm-hmm.
play spoiler in their division in the Big Ten division a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So Oregon's got to bring their A game tonight. They cannot mess around, and they can't put the game on Dylan Gabriel. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
got to do their part. Everybody's got to do their part. And if there's one thing that I think that Oregon needs to do is that their defense need to bow their backs and stand tall, and
Mm-hmm.
don't let Michigan State start getting any type of momentum.
Exactly. 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 The defense travels, and Michigan State has somewhat of a little defense. Now, before we go into our Q and A's, all right, I have a question up in the chat, and that is, which team is going to be which team is the biggest threat to Bama in the SEC? And so far, right now, Tennessee and Georgia are both tied. They're at 43%. Texas is at 14%. Mizzou 0%. People are kind of down on Mizzou being a serious contender in the SEC. We're going to start off with that. Why do you think the Mizzou stock has went down tremendously, uh, Sniper?
I think it's their Mizzou went down just their body of play last week against Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they took Vanderbilt lightly, and Vanderbilt exposed them.
Mm-hmm.
Now it wasn't like a dramatic exposure, but it was enough to say, "Hey, you are not who we thought you
Mm-hmm.
were." Their defense, couldn't get off the field last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Missouri had a good couple years running, but I think this is their time where they have to really they don't have identity just yet. And it's sad to say that Vanderbilt has found a little bit of identification, and Missouri is looking for theirs at this particular point in the season. So I think that's the reason why people are not talking about them. But hey, but again, don't let Missouri sneak up on you now. Don't let Missouri come up and
Yeah.
you talking about some yeah, y'all don't have your identity. And it'll be like, you know what? Forget what you heard. We still Mizzou.
I think with Mizzou and let's go to the Boston College game. Boston College at that time was a pretty decent squad. They've been hit with injuries since then, since the Florida State win. They've been hit with injuries, and so Boston College's stock has kind of went down. Um, Vandy, I think Vandy is a lot better than what they've been in the past. That program is improving. Uh, they're no longer the doormats of the SEC anymore. Right now, that title is held by Mississippi State, and with Florida coming in a close second. But
Mm.
Vandy could get you on any given Saturday. They're at that level right now that they could get you on any given Saturday. So I'm not really ready to sell my stock on Mizzou because anytime you, and like we found out last Saturday, anytime you have a quarterback that can throw the deep ball and a quarterback that can get the ball and you have a couple of elite receivers to throw to, oh, you have a chance to beat anybody. And Luther Burden is elite. He is elite. That kid will be playing on Sundays. Cook has a nice deep ball. They have a pretty good running game, and they have a pretty stout defense. So I'm not ready to sell my stock on Mizzou as well yet, because football is all about matchups, and Mizzou could pose a matchup problem for that young Tide secondary. So I we'll see. We'll see. I think Mizzou has a big test coming up tomorrow. Their schedule is not really it's not a tough schedule. I think they have a couple of games that they a couple of landmines they have to avoid. A lot of people had already penciled them in to lose to Bama. That will be one of their games, but they could get in, possibly 11-1 or 10-2, getting to Atlanta, or maybe, being an 8th or a ninth seed in the playoffs, as long as they take care of business against teams that they should take care of business against. Salute to you, Renegade. Salute to you, 225.
I think
Now, mhm.
I think that again, I think Mizzou is one of those teams where you got to keep in your peripherals, because they'll sneak up on you. They'll have
Mhm.
that. They could be that one team that they just had one bad game, and next thing you know, they are they're right back in the mix of things. Their schedule doesn't really, like you said, it really is not a schedule that you should be afraid of. Um, as I'm trying to pull it up right now, Mizzou. Let's see. See all they got. UMass. They do have the. They do invite Auburn into the house. What else they got? They do got to go to Oklahoma, South Carolina, Mississippi State, and Arkansas with
Mhm.
one more cupcake UMass. So they got a tough schedule. They got a tough schedule. I mean, tomorrow they at A and ATM. So I
Mhm.
mean,
A&M,
yeah.
A&M, and then A&M, and when do
Then
they
UMass.
have Bama?
They don't have Bama till October 26th.
Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean
Pretty
to rub off
manageable.
on you, Sniper. Sniper, I didn't mean to rub off on you with the ATM.
uh,
Okay, Pr- go ahead, man.
no, I was just saying that. But before Bama, they got to go to Auburn, or Auburn's coming
Mhm.
to them. So
Mhm.
they got to use they got to use UMass as a very good practice, another practice week, and be able to head into to have Auburn and then go to Tuscaloosa.
Pretty manageable. I think each one of those teams they match up well against, and here's why. Auburn secondary is their Achilles heel. Bama secondary is their Achilles heel. Oklahoma secondary is definitely their Achilles heel. Texas A&M has a decent secondary, but it's not elite. It's not elite enough to hold down those two trees and Luther Burden. You got a fleet of wide receivers that can take over a game on Missouri squad. So it's pretty manageable. Like I said, the only loss that they should have would be to Bama, and I don't. I think that game would be very, very close. That would be a very entertaining game.
I think
They would give Bama some problems.
I
Hmm?
think you got to add South Carolina to the mix too, because South Carolina will play you to the end of and to the very last second of the game too. So I think that's going to be a great matchup too. Missouri versus South Carolina.
The thing that worries me about South Carolina is okay. Remember, they beat Kentucky because Kentucky has no passing game. They did what they did to LSU because LSU really doesn't have an identity on offense like we've seen them have for the last several years. They don't have that this year. They don't have a Malik Neighbors on their team this year. Um, Missouri would give that South Carolina secondary fits. Definitely, most definitely. Cook is a lot more accurate down the field than Nessmeyer. So, um, yeah, it would be a good game. It would be a good game, but I still think Missouri could match up very well against South Carolina and beat them. They shouldn't have any problems defeating them.
I'm leaning a little bit towards South Kakalaki, but we'll see.
Okay. They
We'll
got a
see.
defense. Yeah,
Yeah,
they have a nice pass rush. It's just that secondary suspect.
man, we'll see come November 16th on that one.
Okay. So let me ask you your opinion. Out of those four teams, which team is is the most? Which team would have, if you were a Tide fan, that I would be the most worried about?
Mm.
Tennessee, Texas,
Mm.
UGA, or Mizzou?
Blech. Blech. Yeah. Um, sorry. You
Okay,
said if I was
you're
a
good.
Tide fan.
Okay.
I think that
Don't ever do that again.
I didn't know what was going on. I ain't know what was going on. Go ahead.
this dude has said that if I was a Tide fan, yeah, that kind of made the hot dogs come back up a little bit. Um, out of those four
Only
teams,
a Bama fan would say that on the poll there should be a no team option. Yeah, you wish, common sense. Not with
oh
that
my,
secondary, bro. All four of them teams is an issue.
I want to say, seriously, I want to say Texas is going to be their biggest threat. I think Texas matches up with them well. Texas run game is probably going to be a little bit better than Alabama's. Um, what's going on, common sense? I just stopped talking to you after you said that last comment. I seriously think is what it all depends on what quarterback they have. You're given if Eras comes back, he's going to come back angry because he hasn't because he got hurt. If it's the Manning, if it's Manning, he's just gaining momentum as he at each game he plays. So whichever quarterback I think is going to give them a fit. So I think it's going to be Texas of the four.
Texas would be a problem for them because Sarkeesian he's beaten Bama before. He beat him last year. Bama's defense was much better last year. Salute to you, Ed. Bama's defense was much better last year than it is this year. This year, if you paid attention to that UGA game, the pass rush has fallen out. They don't have an elite pass rusher. And that secondary, although they're full of young five stars, they're not going to develop overnight. There's not going to magically, with a snap of a finger, turn into elite corners by the 19th of October. And that is when they'll see Tennessee. In my opinion, Tennessee poses the biggest threat to them because of Josh Heupel's aggressive play call. His aggressive play calling, and they have weapons over there. And Nico can break a 80-yard touchdown run on you at any time. He can kill you with his legs, he can kill you with his arm. And history shows those type of quarterbacks have given Bama problems over the years. So Tennessee is definitely my pick to be the biggest threat to Bama right now.
I see what you did there. I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I definitely agree with your assessment of that. They both teams can be a threat to Bama,
Yeah.
especially if they look at the game, the tape for the third and fourth quarter, what Georgia did to them in the
Mm-hmm.
third and fourth quarter, and take that and enhance it,
Mm-hmm.
then it's
Speed
going
up
to
the
be
tempo.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speed up the tempo on that young secondary, and it's a problem. It's a problem. You know. Yeah, common sense. We hear you, bro. We hear you. We hear you.
Co-
Y'all.
Common sense.
They. They.
Ah,
They. They. We hear you. All right. We're gonna go into our Q&As. You knew. You knew. You knew. You knew. Take over.
Oh, that's hot. Just kidding.
wait a minute.
Let me stop. what what did we learn about UGA last Saturday night, Armando?
Uh, what did we learn about UGA last Saturday night? The injury bug caught up with them because if Jordan Hall, Mikal Williams, and Warren Brinson, all three would have been healthy, there's no way that Bama's dropping 28 points on that Dogs defense in the first half like that. There's no way. I don't care what any of these delusional Tide fans are saying, but the injury bug and missing three D linemen, starting D linemen on that D line played a huge part. So the injury bug is starting to catch up with the Dogs. Hopefully, they can get that straightened out. Uh, Tomorrow, don't sleep on Auburn. They're going to be without Smile Munden tomorrow. I don't know about Mikal Williams, Jordan Hall, or Warren Brinson. I haven't heard anything about them, but that injury bug is catching up with the Dogs. We was hoping it wouldn't, Sniper, but in reality it is. So that's what the problem is.
All right, Sniper.
Um, I'm gonna look at it as in a positive way with it. Um, I we learned that if our office is in tempo, they are very effective. They are um, that's when they're at their best, when they're at tempo. And what we learned is that when they're in tempo, and we saw it on Saturday, that it confuses a lot of defense. Carson Beck is at his best, and he plays better when he is running after each running straight to the line. He doesn't need to huddle up until the play. He likes to call it from the line, and I don't see why they should not continue doing that, because you can get the play in your helmet now, like in the NFL. Um, we also learned, as we discussed earlier in the week, that Carlson Beck does have a deep ball. But he needs to work on his accuracy. This is a little bit more. But on a positive note, Tim, can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. If we learn how to, if we keep our offense in a tempo status, and keep that momentum going, we can score in every drive. And that's what we learned from UGA last Saturday.
Yeah, Carson Beck has the ability to get the deep ball down. He just the accuracy is still a work in progress. The accuracy is still the work in progress. Throwing the ball on the correct shoulder, where the receivers, where you can hit your receivers in stride. uh, the ability to actually, to you got to develop that timing down with the receivers. And I don't understand because he had that issue last year. I don't understand why the issue is still continuing. I mean, we were all hoping to see some type of progress on those deep balls, but you know, hey, is we saw a little bit of improvement, but the accuracy is still a little suspect, in my opinion. That's why I really didn't mention that part of it. But what we did learn is those injuries are starting to become a problem.
Did you not? And I know woulda, shoulda, coulda. He plays different. The offense plays different when they are slow. We saw that in Kentucky. You huddled up, you go to the line, you're looking for the mic, you're looking, changing from the thing, from changing the play at the line. But when again, the scoring drive against Kentucky, what do? Tempo,
Hmm.
and we go down all the way down to the end, run the ball in, touchdown. He was hitting people on, he's doing his short and medium routes. He was hitting them, pop, 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 and then we slow down again. Why?
Yeah,
Why don't we just, um, or why doesn't that the offensive staff say, listen, let's let the man take control and give him the play in the helmet, get to the line quick, and let him do what he got to do because he will pick you apart if he's moving fast. It seems like he doesn't get tired.
yeah. I don't understand why they don't do more up tempo, especially when you have uh you're deep at wide receiver the way we are. You can spread teams out and just go into more of a hybrid offense, kind of similar to what Tennessee is running, and just go up tempo on teams. But these slow starts are going to be a problem. They cannot continue to do that. If they continue to come out lethargic and starting off slow and not scoring a point in the first quarter, not scoring a point in the second quarter, you're going to look at a 9-3 or 8-4 season. I'm just being totally honest. You got to put up points on the board. This is the new SEC. This is the new world of college football. You got to be able to put up points. That style of play 10 years ago where you could maybe score enough to get in the 20s and play good defense, it don't work anymore like that, because the rules change. Number one, the rules change. It's now more of a passing league now. It's kind of like they're following in the footsteps of the NFL. Yeah.
Anything else? All right, next question. All right. What did we learn about Bama last Saturday night? Uh, Sniper.
I learned, and just looking at the rest of the couple of games before when they played, uh, um, who did they play last? At Florida, South Florida. They can give you two good quarters, and that's the reason why I say that. What team is going to be a threat to them, and any team that can play four quarters with them is going to beat them. Bama could give you two good quarters, and look at it in the last couple of games. They assert themselves the first two quarters, and then everything that they did in the first two quarters is not existed in the third and fourth quarter. And then they got to struggle to get back. They got talent. They got a talented receiver, and I did say a talented receiver, not receivers. Receiver.
Hmm.
That young boy is going to be something else in the years to come. The only thing it
Hmm.
is, he's going to have He's not done growing yet. He gets smacked one good time because I don't think his body is he don't have that leather skin and those hardened bones like the dudes who've been playing there 2 or 3 years now. I just hope that he does not get injured playing at such a young age with these older kids and some adults. But
You talking
Alabama
about
get
number two? You talking about number two, right?
Mr. Williams. We give him
Yeah,
names.
scrawny. He is so tiny, like
Mm.
bony, bony. So yeah,
Uh,
you're right.
Thank you, Tourette's. Um, but yes, I think that what I learned from Alabama, and if we had this, if we thought about this at the beginning of the season or the week that we have off, we could have easily won this game if we known that Alabama could give you 2 good quarters and that's it.
Stop saying I have Tourette. Go ahead, Armando.
See what
Well,
you just did
we
right there?
Look who got Tourette
well
now.
we've been knowing that Alabama's a quick strike team. We've been knowing this. We watch highlights of them against Western Kentucky where they were just coming out, wasting no time, coming out just down the field, 70 yards, 80 yards. We've seen them do it against USF when they needed to. Yeah, they went in the fourth quarter. It was 13-14. But when it was time to turn it on, they turned it on. And they ended up with what, 46 points. They did it to Wisconsin. We knew that they were a quick strike offense. Um, the thing that what I've learned about them is that defense is taking a step back, and that's going to come back to hunt them later on in the season. Now, Tide fans will say, "Where they're developing in the look, it don't happen overnight, and you're facing some teams that are more aggressive on offense than Georgia, and I'm meaning, I'm talking about Tennessee and Missouri. They are very aggressive on offense. South Carolina as well. I think they do play South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. They're aggressive on offense as well. So better tighten up that secondary. Better tighten up that secondary because if you Tennessee is going to match you point for point in the first half. It's not You're not going to have the luxury of going up against a team that really can't match you point for point in the second half. Then you get in. I mean, I'm sorry, in the first half, and then get in the second half and then you kind of slow down. So Bama is similar to Georgia. They don't really play 60 minutes, a full 60 minutes. Neither team played a 60-minute football game last Saturday. It's just that Bama was able to come up with more points and edge Georgia out. But both have similar issues. Bama has issues in that secondary, uh, serious issues in that secondary. And salute to you, D True. And they have the pass rush is really non-existent compared to the past Bama teams that we've watched over the last 10 to 15 years. So that's what I learned about Bama. But right now, like I announced yesterday when I did my top five show yesterday, they are number one. I have them ranked number one as far as like the top five SEC teams right now, currently, right now, but that could change, especially if they don't tighten up that secondary.
Who were you asking if they were playing this year?
South Carolina.
Yeah, they do play South Carolina. Matter of fact, they play South Carolina next weekend on the 12th.
Yeah, that could be an issue. That could be an issue.
But they play at Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. Because the last time they played in Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What did we learn about Penn State last Saturday night? Armando.
Uh, they're for real, and they are a playoff contending team. This team is for real. They're taking care of business. In the past seasons, they've slipped up against teams that they should have beaten, but so far they have manhandled teams that inferior teams that they should beat. So this team is for real. And it all comes down to uh, what what happens when they line up against Ohio State. That is what every Penn State fan is measuring this team, going to measure this team up against Ohio State, because they don't this this fan base, they don't just want to get in. They want to get in and do some damage. They haven't won a national title since 1986. This team, this fan base is hungry for a title. So hey, yeah, they are for real. They are legit.
All right, Sniper.
Yeah, they have two impressive wins to me. Okay, they got an impressive win over West Virginia, who I picked West Virginia to win that game, and they went over there and handled business 34-12. And then their second game was Illinois, which they beat them by
Mhm.
14. Um, I, from today, I will agree with Armando. They are very legit. They are very much a contender. Um, but they still got games on their schedule that they have to win and win convincingly. They still got to play UCLA, which they play tomorrow. They then they play USC. So, and then they had to and they going to USC. They're going to Cali, and then going to Wisconsin. The next two games after this weekend. So the time will tell. And if they go out and handle business, then I think that they won't have the next big thing for them, and the next best game for them will be Ohio State. After that, it should be smooth sailing. Now, if they play Ohio State strong, which we know what Ohio State is packing. Okay, we know what they got up their sleeve. But if they play them strong and keep it close, that could be a potential upset. Potential. But we'll have to wait and see until they get there. But hey, they're doing a good job. They handling their business. They doing what they got to do. And we'll see how they play tomorrow.
All right. Anything else?
No
All
pushback.
right. UNLV can become a serious playoff contender with a win tonight. Yes or no, Sniper?
With the win tonight, yes. With uh, uh, the G5, who else is out there? They're the only team right now
Boise,
that is.
Boise State, Navy, Army, Boise State, Navy, Army, Tulane.
Well, we know what Tulane's about. We know
Hmm.
what Navy had a good, impressive win, which Mr. D Truth showed us about that. But other than that, UNLV is the team is right now, and that G5 is that they have to, that everybody's reaching to keep up with. So they keep doing what they're doing, not only tonight, but they have to do it for the rest of the season. They could be a strong contender. Now, again, their strength of schedule is not too hot. It's not a strong schedule. But as we found out, what they is that fifth spot is guaranteed, or that 12th spot is guaranteed for a G5 team. So they got to keep doing what they're doing. But I think if they win out, part of me is saying if they win out, they won't have to worry about that G5. They could get into that top, uh, in that top 10.
All Armando.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. With the win tonight, they become a serious contender for the playoffs, and the buzz will begin. Now the question is, will they be able to handle the hype? Will they not feed into all the rat poison? You know, because Sports Center, ESPN, they're coming. Fox Sports, CBS Sports, all of them, they're coming. The hype train is coming. So they need to stay. You know, the question is, can they stay focused and take care of business along the way?
All right. Anything else?
What other G5 team, Armando, do you see challenging them for that 12th spot? And only pick one. You could only get one choice.
Boise State. Boise State is their biggest threat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Because it's going to be a mental thing. That has been their nemesis, getting past Boise State.
okay.
Hmm.
I can see that. I can see that.
All right. Next question. Name your 4 Heisman finalists so far this season. Um, Armando.
Um, my 4 Heisman finalists:
Mm,
Travis
mm-mm.
Hunter, Jalen Miro, Cam Ward, give me a minute for number 4.
Is this any particular order, or are you going?
I went in order. I would have to say I would throw Nico in number 4. I think he would. I think he's played good enough to at least make it to New York. So that's my 4 right there. So far right now. Travis Hunter, Jalen Miro, Cam Ward, Nico.
All right. Sniper.
Whew, I wish he took a little bit more time so I can. I'm gonna say Travis Hunter is definitely number one on my list right now. Um, I'm gonna have to say I don't know what the young man named from Alabama, but number 2 Williams. As of now, just seeing what he's done on the field as a young player at 17. I'm gonna agree with Nico being there at number 3, and give me a second on my number 4, Ryan Williams.
You got him in there twice. You already
No, no,
said
no,
him
no, no.
early.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
just
yeah. I
saying
was
his
just saying his
name.
first name. I was just saying Ryan Williams. Giving the man his first name. Uh, that receiver out in Ohio State,
Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith. And when I look at Heisman's, and I know people look at Heisman's different, but I don't always look at the quarterbacks as Heisman's. I wish there's some offensive linemen that can get the Heisman votes. I wish there's some defensive players that can get Heisman votes. Running backs, it's been a while since we've seen a running back on the, sitting out there in New York. It's been a hot minute. It's always been quarterbacks. So I kind of like to spread the love a little bit.
Well, I think we have a good chance of seeing it, being that both of us have a non-quarterback as our number one, Travis Honor, and you get the best of
Mm-hmm.
both worlds because he also plays defense.
Yeah, but that's what I put him as a Heisman as a defensive player, even though he would go up there for both. I put him as a defensive player, Heisman candidate. Not saying his receiving stats is not amazing, but
Hmm.
just want to put it out there as him as a defensive player to win that Heisman.
Hmm.
Okay. The injury bug may cost UGA a shot at CFP playoffs this season. Yes or no, Sniper?
I'm gonna say no because we still got a lot of games to play, and the injuries that we do have, besides the one to our center, um, Rutledge, he's probably the only one. Uh, he's probably the only one that's not coming back. Everybody else have an opportunity to heal and come back. So we still have um, we still have that opportunity. It didn't cost us at all a shot at the playoffs. Now, will it cost us being in the top four and getting that first week bye? That is a great possibility because we do have to dethrone or take the number two spot from either Texas or Tennessee. We have to take that spot and get into the SEC championship. But if we stay fast or where we are, I think that we can get in at either 6 or 7 at this time.
I'm gonna push back, and I'm gonna have to say yes because we're getting hit in at positions that we need the most. The last place we needed to get hit was on that D line. And right now we already have one loss against Bama. Okay. Two more would eliminate us. We have Texas on the 19th, and then we have Tennessee. Okay. Those two teams right there, there's no doubt in my mind. We're going to need McCall, Jordan Hall, Warren Brinson. We're going to need them back. There's no doubt in my mind. We're not going to be able to beat them shorthanded like we were in Tuscaloosa because those offenses are similar to Bama and they have elite wide receivers. You got Isaiah Bond and you have Isaiah Bond for Texas and you have Brew McCoy and a couple of other elite receivers for Tennessee. So and the up tempo that they run, Tennessee runs, that hybrid offense, you're going to need a pass rush. You're going to need a pass rush. So without a pass rush, you're not beating those teams. You're not beating those two teams, Texas and Tennessee. You're not going to beat those two teams without those pass rushers. I'm just being totally honest. Now we're good at center. The kid Bobo came in, did a pretty good job. Michael Morris he's doing in my opinion, he's doing a great job filling in for Ratledge. That's not the issue. I think we need to be a little bit more aggressive with play calling when it comes to offense. But that D line is the issue. That D line is the issue because without Hall, Mikal Williams, and Warren Brinson at full strength, now you have to rely on Chaz Chambliss. uh, getting to that edge and slowing down those runners. And that's something he hasn't been able to do. He was getting gashed against Kentucky. He got gashed against Bama in that first half last week. And you know, we're gonna need those three on that D line in order to beat Texas and Tennessee. That's just my opinion.
So do you not think we have anybody who could step up and take the and be there?
Nope. I don't see any signs that we didn't have anybody that stepped up against Kentucky. We were getting gashed against Kentucky and we were getting gashed against Bama. And I'm nervous about tomorrow because tomorrow we're facing the best running back that we've seen all year, Jarquez Hunter. Jarquez Hunter is to me is a better running back than Jam Miller. Peyton Thorne gashed us for over 100 yards last season, so we already know what he can do. So Auburn is a running team, and we struggle against the run because we're without Mikal Williams and Jordan Hall. They're the run stoppers. They're the run stoppers. So if you have Mikal Williams on the field at full strength, Jordan Hall on the field at full strength, you could put Jalen Walker over there on the edge where Chaz Chambliss is at. So Chaz Chambliss is not going to get it. I mean, the kid has heart. He's a hard hitter. Did great on special teams for us during the championship years, but you're not beating that Tennessee team or that Texas team as is right now with a
Um,
depleted D line.
Eddie has a question. What about the running back from Boise? He got 845 yards and 13 touchdowns in 4 games.
Yeah,
Ashton Genty is who he's talking about,
uh,
number two.
he
What do you
lack
think
of
about him?
exposure, lack of exposure. He's not getting the same exposure or the marketing that the other kids are getting. It's just you know in order for a running back to get it, he's going to have to put up some Eric Dickerson type numbers. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to put up some like Ron Dane. He's gonna have to do something like that in order for a running back to get it because you got you just got too many quarterbacks that are putting up monster numbers right now. Then you got Travis Hunter out there doing what he's doing. We haven't seen done since Charles Woodson did it, and Travis Hunter is actually doing it on a much higher level than Charles Woodson did it. Charles Woodson was a better defense player than he was a receiver. Travis Hunter is Shadur's go-to guy. So Travis Hunter is the number one receiver on offense, and he's the strong side cornerback. He is their lockdown cornerback. So you know that's a tough act to follow right there. Hmm.
But also Boise State, they've been playing teams who they haven't played a big game yet. So that's probably. I mean, he's been playing teams like I don't know. He hasn't been playing a big name team yet, and actually and got good yardage off of them. You can just like any other team you played. Western Kentucky, you can run 1,000 yards in a game on them. So
Hmm. Yep. Yep, does. And we definitely know USC missing the playoffs. They ain't getting nowhere near the playoff. They'll be in the Gator Bowl somewhere.
if y'all get 6 wins,
Yeah.
so miss me with that.
And that Big Ten, that ain't gonna be easy for them.
All right, Mizzou should be on the upset alert this Saturday. Armando.
Yeah. Almost. Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. Texas A&M is legit. They have a. This will be the best defense. that Mizzou has seen so far this season. This will be definitely a major test for Mizzou. So yes, definitely they should be on upset alert.
All right, Sniper.
Yeah. Oh well, they're playing in one of the hardest stadiums to play in anyway, to begin with. So yes, upset alert. But I think this game is going to go down to the wire. It is another one of those games I think that it's going to go straight to the wire, and whoever has the ball last is going to win. But if Missouri loses, that definitely would be an upset.
All right. Anything else on that one?
Let me get a respond to Dubs. He said LMFAO. We're gonna be playing y'all there. Hey, that'll be a great constellation prize. Get y'all in the bowl game and drop 60 or 70 on y'all. That'll be a great constellation prize if we don't get in the playoffs. So I'm not mad at that. Mm-hmm.
Sniper,
I think
anything?
Mizzou will be all right. They got elite receivers, man. When you got elite receivers on your squad, you can't lose. You can't lose. All right.
Who's writing these
Syracuse
down?
UNLV.
Who's writing this down? Because I don't think we've been writing our stacks down.
I'll write these down. I'll write these down. There's only 2 games tonight, so I got them in my head.
No, I don't. No. Just write this down.
All right. You do know I can just go back and watch. You do know you can always go back and watch the playback and see what you pick. See there? Yeah. Shots missed.
Shots fired. 5-4
and missed. Blanks.
Practice is over. I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it with a UNLV. Your time is up. Sorry, boss. Somebody write down D Truth. Why has D Truth got the doggone I'm about to go to bed outfit on?
I cannot with you. Oh my God.
I'm picking Syracuse to win this game.
Syracuse. Go ahead, Mondo.
I'm going with the upset. I'm going with UNLV.
Oh my goodness, Sniper, your dogs are going off right now. What's going on? Arr.
They're giving me coordinates so for my next mortar round down range.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, next.
No, wait. Before you say next, how will that be an upset?
Because everybody is picking Syracuse. So I'm going with the upset. I'm going with UNLV.
Oh, you just saying because everybody picked this and you think us being upset. Because Syracuse beating UNLV would be an upset because they're ranked in they're 25. And,
they're favored to win the game. But I'm just saying, like, since everybody, nobody believes in UNLV, I think.
Yeah,
I think after tonight. Yeah, I think after tonight, y'all are gonna be believers.
I'm not. I didn't say I wasn't a believer. I just think that I'm gonna give it to Syracuse. It's done. Yeah, I'm not a believer. Damn it! I'm stand by your word, fool. Let's do it. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one right here.
Yeah, and I'm surprised this is a Friday night game. I'm so surprised this is a Friday night game. You knew?
I'm not first. Ed, who you have?
You knew. Pick a team.
Neither one of those helmets look good to me. They suck, so I can't choose right now. You go first. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'll go first. Oregon. Michigan State
I
is not
actually was going to
going.
say the Ducks. Yeah, I was going to say the
All right,
Ducks.
Tourette, you had your chance. All right. Uh, Michigan State is not going into Eugene tonight. I don't know why it's taking y'all so long to figure that out. Michigan State is not going into Eugene and beating Oregon tonight. That ain't happening. Oregon will win this game. Maybe a little closer than the experts think, but I got Oregon. Dan Lanning. 2 words
What
for
you
you,
got,
Dan
Sniper?
Lanning.
Michigan State. Upset alert. Upset
D
alert.
True got
Upset.
D True got Oregon.
Everybody man your battle stations. Upset alert. Upset alert. Pitching Michigan State.
You knew
I already said it. The
who
Ducks.
you pick?
Oregon. Oregon
Oregon.
Ducks.
Okay. All right, Oregon. Oregon it is. Tony going for the upset.
Hey girl,
Oh,
hey. All right
Hey.
now. Hey girl, hey. Nah, hey, go back to the one where you had the doggone you had the long braid. You where's what the hell?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Uh,
That is not a braid. That's a ponytail, and I'm letting y'all know. Hey, purple up in the hair, LSU in the house. That's what I'm saying. Look at that football in my hands. I'm about to throw that ball.
Oh,
You better
this something
catch
else.
it, Sniper. Catch it,
Hey,
Sniper.
hey, one handed. But listen, what man, she done made me forget what the hell I was gonna ask.
well, that's okay because you get to go first on your final thoughts.
I get to go first?
Mm,
Yes.
on your
Okay.
final thoughts.
Hey y'all, there's been a sleeping giant awoke this week. I got faith in my team that hell is coming with him. We always, if you look at Georgia's history, and you see once they're out of that number one spot, something clicks in them. They don't they gonna be hunting, and not they're gonna be hunting. So hey, y'all can talk about Georgia losing to Alabama all you want. I feel for the next couple of teams that they got to play this week, in the next couple of weeks. Remember to pray. Not only do you pray for yourself, pray for others, and go dogs.
Oh.
Um, when it comes to the dogs, I want to see the first half. You know, I jumped out there and I said the same thing you saying you saying tonight, Sniper. You know, we bringing hell and I was thinking I had high hopes for all of that last Saturday, and they came out with the same old lethargic routine. So I want to see how they perform in the first half because it is imperative that they start off strong in the first half because you do not want Auburn hanging around because they have a ground game, they have a running game, and they can bleed that clock. That's the danger of playing around with teams that can gas you on the ground. They can shorten the game and keep your offense off the field, and that can become a huge issue and a huge problem. Then you find yourself, you look up in the fourth quarter and you find yourself in a dog fight, just like last year in Jordan Hare. They need to come out. They need to go up tempo. They need to do what they got to do to jump on top of Auburn. That's the key to beating Auburn. You got to jump on top of them early and often. That you come out there with that lackluster, slow pace, bubble screen here, jet sweep here, all that crap, instead of just going down the field, going, they need to go vertical. All of that side to side crap, it ain't working because your line is banged up right now. Go down the darn field like you did in the second half in Tuscaloosa last Saturday. Mizzou, I think you will be okay. You got elite receivers. You got a nice defense. You got a strong pass rush. You just, you know, you got to go. You got to come out the way you were coming out in the beginning of the season. You got to come. You got to come out and jump on Texas A&M, because the one thing about Texas A&M, their offense, they have issues on offense. They don't really score many points on offense. Their defense is nice, but their offense is not that efficient. I don't think if they got into a scoring match with Missouri, I don't think they could hang with Missouri in a shootout. So Missouri need to turn this into a up-tempo, fast-paced game. That's the key to victory for their Oregon. Oregon, don't play around with Michigan State tonight. Don't play around with them tonight, because you will be slow walking, sad singing. You will be slow walking, sad singing tonight. That's not the team that you want to play around with. And UNLV, you gotta stay focused. Don't buy into the hype. Don't feed in. As long as they didn't buy into the hype, all the hype this week, and then feed into all that rat poison. You got to stay away from that rat poison. The media was all over UNLV all week, hyping the game up. And long as they go in there focused, they can take care of business. They can take care of business. Bama,
right.
get your head out the clouds, because Vandy is not that doormat team that we've been watching for the last 10 years. Get your head out the clouds and be careful with that team. Be careful with them. Be very, 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 very careful with them.
All right. Go LSU.
Is Tennessee on the bye week?
No, man. Tennessee play Arkansas. Tennessee play Arkansas. It'll be competitive in the first half, but I'm just, that hybrid offense is, I don't think Arkansas has enough on defense to slow down their hybrid offense of Josh Heupel. If Tennessee doesn't get hit by the injury bug, they're going to be a problem. They're going to be a serious problem moving forward.
Hey,
I definitely agree. If Nico stays healthy all season long, it's going to be some issues.
Yeah, and that's a big if. Yeah, that's a big if.
And Arkansas, Arkansas get back to him and hit him a few times and get him off his game. You never know where that go, but Arkansas has got to pin their ears back, and make him do things he's not accustomed to doing.
Ohio State, in my opinion, Ohio State is the most disrespected team in the nation. If you're tired of being disrespected, if you're tired of hearing about the teams in the SEC, if you're tired of that, go out there and show everybody who you are against Iowa. Because what better test for you to show off that elite group of wide receivers than to do it against that Iowa defense? Make a statement. You're tired of being disrespected. I'm hearing Ohio State podcaster sniper. They're saying, "What about us? What about us? What about us?" Because they were being passed over the number one spot. They take it from Georgia, give it to Texas. Take it from Texas, give it to Bama. It's like, what about us? What about us? Hey, man. Hey, Ohio State, show them who you are. Show them who you
Show
are.
them. Yeah,
Go
show
out
them
there
who's that.
and shut them up.
Yeah. What about us? What about us? Yes, we're waiting for you to play a team that is worse.
That's what everybody's been waiting on.
That's
Now we're gonna find out what you're made of.
yeah. And look, listen, y'all. I'm so tired of hearing about Ohio State from this man right here. He done broke it down to me so many times. I gotta see what you can do, bro. I gotta see. I seen you play, the School of the Blind. I've seen you play the homeless team y'all pulled off the street. I got to see y'all play some other contenders. It's so bad that I got to wait until November till you play Penn State. I got to see you play somebody before I can give you any flowers. Until then, you gonna be right there with, and I still put them out there. You're gonna be right there with Tennessee.
And
until I
Ole
see you play.
Miss, Ole Miss. Listen, yeah, that O-line. Y'all thought Kentucky was a problem. You got a problem tomorrow. You got a serious problem tomorrow. And that O-line don't get their ish together, you gonna find yourself on the outside looking on it. You're gonna find your season gonna be over with before we even get to the month of October real good. South Carolina is coming. South Carolina's no joke.
Man, you leave Ole Miss alone. You know they only good for the first 5 games of the season.
Hey, averaging 600 yards a game against those teams. Then you run into the big boys, and what was that against Kentucky? Total against barely over, a little over 200. Come on now, Jackson Dart. They missing Jurgens though. They are missing Jurgens. They are missing him. That hurt when he transferred on them. That hurt.
Well,
that
they
hurt
got
right there.
Yeah, but guess what?
That was their closer. He was their closer.
But at the end of the day, next man up mentality. You have to have that mentality. These kids ain't loyal.
No, they ain't.
We know that. You know that. None of these kids that play college football right now is loyal. They chase the bag and they chase the next best thing running.
Yeah, that's I think that's one time Lane Kiffin dropped the ball. He did good in the transfer portal, but you should have got a running back out of that portal. Should have got it. Probably should have went after that kid from Colorado. Probably should have went after him. Should have got a running back out of the portal. That was a huge mistake because you have no closer now. Jurgens was your closer last year, and you're missing a closer. So, yeah, hey, that South Carolina pass rush. You thought Kentucky was a problem. South Carolina has a pass rush out this world. And they are coming. So,
and one thing
we got some very entertaining game, huh?
And we'll save it for tomorrow. But yeah, South Carolina got a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Sellers, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a problem.
Gonna be a problem now. If he can play 4 quarters tomorrow, that brother will scorch you and fire you up with his legs and his arm. Mm-hmm.
And Dabo, listen to me real good. Dabo, please, Dabo, with cherry on top. Don't screw this up tomorrow. Do not screw this up tomorrow. I know this team has been a thorn in your side for the last several years. But this right here You got to get this monkey off your back. You got to get this. You got to get this Florida State monkey off your back. You got to take care of business. Clemson got to take care of business tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take care of business because like I said, I don't see but one team coming out of the ACC. In my opinion, I don't see but one team coming up out of that conference. So you are in an arms race right now with Miami, and you got to keep pacing. You cannot afford to be dropping a game to Florida State. Even though Florida State, they're going to be playing desperate, and they're playing with house money right now. And they would love nothing more than to spoil your season because they know you're down to one more loss will knock you out of it completely. So, got to take care of business.
When does Miami play Clemson?
They won't meet until Charlotte. They're not on each other's schedule. Yeah,
we'll talk about it. We
got a whole full slate to talk about that tomorrow. But you already said your last words. I want to thank everyone for coming out to the 1st and 10 college football Friday kickoff show. Make sure you hit that like button. For those of you that are going to watch the playback, make sure you hit that like button. And for those of you that are gonna watch the playback, and for those of you that have been ghost watching and watching this, hit us up in the comment section. What do you think? What team right now? Bama right now is considered the best team in the SEC, but which team is the biggest threat to them right now so far? Where Georgia just took the lead. Fans think Georgia. The viewers are saying Georgia is their biggest threat. Georgia's at 40%. Texas is at 33%. Tennessee is at 27%. And Mizzou is at 0%. So, hey. Hey, who do you think? Leave us a comment in the comment section. Who do you think Bama's biggest threat is in the SEC? Which team do you think that them Tide fans really don't want to see? Let us know in the comment section. Make sure you come out and join us tomorrow morning for the kickoff show at 9 a.m. sharp. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. One last thing. Go dogs! Sick 'em. Root, 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 root. And Wolfpack for life. Oh!
Oh! All right, you guys ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. See ya. Bye.
She must not know that was her time to say her thing and she didn't say it.
I said.
You ain't say nothing.
What do you mean?
Yes, she did, bro. You on delay or something, bro. She did.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
You heard it.
I didn't hear it.
Bye, y'all.
Amanda, why you got 2 watches on? You wear 2 watches all the time?
That's a bracelet, bro. Clean them lenses off. Clean them lenses off them damn glasses you got on, bro. That's a bracelet.
Hey, D-Truth got 2 watches on. That's what I meant. D-Truth.
D-Truth got one for
Oh, you talking about the pig. Oh, the pig. Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the pig, yeah. One for Central and one for Eastern time. That's what that is.
Gotta be like Sweet Daddy Will. Remember Sweet Daddy Will? That dude had on 4 watches, bro.
Man, I guess you did.
Central, Mountain, Pacific time.
You didn't know if he wants silver or gold.
Just give me both. head above. What? Man, sit down somewhere, bro. Agent Smith, I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow.